What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Grown Ups Gaming. And it's no secret that Fallout 4 is going to be one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest game of the year. Just judging from people's reaction when they saw the trailer and when the announcement came out, and basically just with all the news that have come out for Fallout 4. It's going to be a huge game. Well, yesterday, when the Vice President of Public Relations for Bethesda, Pete Hines, came out and was asked, well, what are you going to do about the PC version of the game? Is the physical copy of the game just going to be a Steam installer, as we've seen on many occasions before, or is it going to be the entire game? He came out and said neither. The game is going to ship on the disc, but it's not going to be the complete game. And I've made several videos about why I think that removing content from a game is really bad and it really shouldn't be allowed. Because taking content out of a game that we've purchased and reselling it to us as expansion content or DLC or microtransactions is a really bad thing. But in this case, it's not the same thing. Because they're not removing content, they're removing part of the code that is required to run the game. And the reason why, when he was asked this, and he was a little bit vague at first, but in the long run, he did come out and at the end said, well, piracy. Piracy is the answer. The disc is going to ship with almost the entire game, and all you'll need to do is you'll need to download the remainder of the game to install it from Steam. And one gamer actually came out and said, well, I don't have a Steam account, and I was very interested in this game, but I don't want to have a Steam account, so I'm just going to have to pass on the game. To which Pete Hines said, okay. And at first, I was kind of the mindset of, why would you talk to one of your customers that way? Why would you just discount his opinion like that and just think, you know, whatever, it's only one person? Because one person, yeah, that's not going to affect your game. But 10 people, that's not going to affect your game. But as you keep going, all the one person here and one person there add up. That could really hurt your game in the long run. But then I thought about it. At this point, it's a little too late to change that kind of thing. At this point, with the game being so far into the process, they probably can't really change it. So it was probably less of a matter of whatever, I don't care, to, well, I mean, there's nothing we can do to change it. So if you're not going to buy it, you're not going to buy it. There's nothing we can do about it other than push the date back. And I'm pretty sure no one wants the date pushed back for Fallout 4. But now, they did come out, when he was talking about the PC version, and he said the console version will not require any activation like that. So presumably, the console version will be shipping in its entirety. But that could pose a serious problem for the PC version. Because we've seen a number of times on PC, on PlayStation, and on Xbox, what happens when the server has a problem, when it goes down, or the game is removed. Not that I think Fallout 4 is going to be removed anytime soon, but what about down the road? What about in a few years? What happens when the activation server or the authentication server, whatever you want to call it, what happens when that goes down? Is that going to bring down the PC version because it's still probably going to have the same requirement that the Xbox One was talking about when it was first announced? That every 24 hours you would need to do an update and you need to refresh your licenses or keys or however you want to put it. You know, what's going to happen to the PC version of that? Do they have a contingency plan for that? I don't know. Hopefully they do, because Fallout 4 might be a big game for quite some time. But what do you think? What do you think about an admittedly strange policy where you're shipping out the full game to the consoles, but only the partial game to the PC, even with the idea of them trying to prevent piracy? You know, what do you think about the possibility of the servers having a problem and you not being able to play Fallout 4 just because you can't refresh your DRM? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.